Now, if you track the channel, you know we've been looking at the Parents' Guide to PlayStation and how families can get more out of the PS4. Now, along with looking at a whole load of games the other week, we are back to see what other features the PlayStation has for families. And there is a load of stuff here, not only in terms of how you can watch videos, how you can play music, how you can stream content online and interact with your friends, but also fresh ways to play games with your family with the share option and the remote play option on the Vita. Having had a good time with Tearaway Unfolded and of course Ratchet and Clank with our test family and Little Big Planet 3, they were keen to find out what other features the PlayStation 4 had to offer them. Now, the top of the list here, I think, is PlayStation Music. And this hooks into Spotify. So if you've got a Spotify account, you can download the app on your PlayStation 4 and then access all this great music. But uniquely on the PlayStation 4, you can also see what your friends on PSN are listening to and what music is currently trending. So that's a nice way to access your Spotify music via your PlayStation 4. But not only that, we can hop over to look at how we might watch videos, TV and film. So in the PlayStation Videos app, you've got access to a whole load of content. Now this comes from the PlayStation Store, so if you just pop down, here it links into the store and you get a view of not only the games that you can buy, but also movies, TV shows and music and apps as well. So if we hop into movies, you can see the sorts of things you can download to access in that PlayStation video space. So we've got Star Trek Beyond here, and you can see it on your PlayStation 4 before it hits DVD. But there's a whole host of other content that you can sort by latest release, top rated or top sellers, and that is for all ages of the family. If we hop in here to the Life of Pets, you can see you can rent or purchase this, and there's the HD or SD options. Now it depends what sort of screen you're going to be outputting to, but if you've got a nice high def television, then really it's HD you want to do, and of course you can buy or rent. Then you just proceed to the checkout, hop through the menus here, and then that content will instantly appear in that PlayStation's video space. Along with videos you've purchased, of course you can access and stream content via a whole host of different apps. You can see here Amazon, Netflix, YouTube, Sky, Now TV, and of course a whole host of BBC, and there's Channel 4 down below as well. To get this content, you just click on the app, it automatically takes you to the store, and then you can click download. That Netflix app then sits on your PlayStation 4. You just log in and you can access Netflix content very easy. And we found the PlayStation 4 one of the most effective ways to stream films from a whole variety of providers. Another feature I like is that the PlayStation 4 supports discs as well. So if you've got a Blu-ray disc, you can just pop it in to your PlayStation 4 drive and it will pop up in the menu and you can play it as well. But not only Blu-rays, it also goes back and it supports DVDs too. So we've got tons of old DVDs in the family and we can now pop them in our PlayStation 4 and watch them in nicely upscaled high definition format. Now, another key thing to getting the most out of your PlayStation 4 in a family is PlayStation Plus. This is a subscription service that extends some of the features of your PlayStation 4, but most importantly provides you with a ready-built catalogue of games that you can download each month. Some of these will be in the form of discounted games. You've got some deals if we pop down here and click on View More. There's obviously games for all ages of the family, but in particular, let's highlight Little Big Planet 3 that's only £6.39 with a PlayStation Plus subscription at the minute, which is a massive discount and gets you that game, and you keep that game as long as you've got that PlayStation Plus subscription. As well as those discounted games, there is a whole load of completely free titles as well. You can see here in this month we've got Everyone's Gone to the Rapture, The Deadly Tower Monsters, Letter Quest Remastered, and what we're going to look at, Pumped BMX Plus. So if we hop in here, you can see that for absolutely no extra money, you can download the game, add it to your library, and then it will be ready to play, and away you go. PlayStation Plus also lets you play online against other players, and as well as that, it will back up your save data for you, safe in an online storage system. And this means if and when you switch PlayStation 4s, you can just pull down those saves and access them anywhere you've logged in with your PSN account. Not only that, but having a PlayStation Plus account extends the features of how you can share your games you're playing with other family members, even if they're not in the same place. So here I am playing Tricky Towers. I tap the share button, test my connection speed, and I invite one of my online PSN friends that I've registered to come and share my screen. Now, when I do that, we're connected and we're in this gaming group. We invite them to play together, and there's different ways that we can then share and collaborate. First of all, even if I don't have a PS Plus subscription, I can share my game so that that family member can see what I'm doing and can enjoy my progress. But with PlayStation Plus, I can take this further. I can actually hand them virtually the controller. So maybe I'm stuck on a level, or maybe I just want to share the experience with them. I send them the controller and then they take over my PlayStation 4. They don't need the game. They can play as much as they like, up to an hour, and I can watch them as they progress. For my PS4, we can also communicate. We plug in a microphone to our PlayStation 4 controllers. We can then talk to each other and chat while we're playing a game. And my family often enjoy doing that. Maybe when we're not in the same place, we'll just play through the same game and we'll chat together as we progress. And then if one or other of us gets stuck, we can take the controller back. And by doing this as often as we like, we can play the same game, switching control between us or between our family member that may be in a different part of the country or even a different part of the world. It's a really nice way to share games together. But we can also take it a step further. We can actually play the same game against each other. So if the game has a local co-op mode, so not an online but a local play together mode, we can pass one controller to our family member in another location while also still controlling the game ourselves. And by doing this, you get a collaborative co-op or competitive mode that you can play together. And still, only one of you needs to be an owner of that game, as long as that person also has a PlayStation Plus account. So here you can see, although we're not in the same place, we're both playing through a level of Tricky Towers, which we're still finding a lot of fun. Moving on from PlayStation Plus, there's also other ways which we can get more out of our PlayStation 4 features. So hop over to the settings and we're going to go down to connecting a PlayStation Vita to our PlayStation 4. Now there are a number of ways you can do this. You can connect via the internet, so even if you're not in the same place as your PlayStation 4, you can still connect and play games remotely on your PlayStation Vita. But what we'll often do is connect directly for a super fast connection to the PlayStation 4, because then we can use the PlayStation Vita as a remote screen, a lot like functions on the Wii U. All we need to do to connect them is pick on the PS4 Link application on our PlayStation Vita. If you tap the three little dots in the bottom right and into settings, you can then say change to the current system for remote play, and we will then, rather than connect via the internet, we're going to connect directly and locally, and we'll get an opportunity to put in the number here. So we're putting the number that's on the screen of our PlayStation 4 currently, and this will connect our Vita to our PlayStation 4. Now this can take a little bit of time to connect the two, so we're going to speed up this footage so you can see the results of this connection. So here we go. So now on our PlayStation Vita screen, we are seeing exactly what is on our PlayStation 4 and can access all the games and features via our Vita. So there you go. We've just launched the PlayStation 4 game, Tricky Towers. It's not on the Vita, but we're playing it on our Vita screen. As you can see, both on the Vita and the PlayStation 4 behind it, there's a matching game. So we can play a PlayStation 4 game with the TV off now on our PlayStation Vita. This also means that if we reconnect our PlayStation 4 controller and we pick a different user, so we'll come in as this user 1, we can then essentially use the PlayStation Vita as a second controller. So here we've got one controller connected to the PlayStation 4 and of course the PlayStation Vita, and we can then play Tricky Towers. Now you could do that with the TV on, using the Vita and the PlayStation 4 controller as two players, or you could have the TV off and both of you could gather around that PlayStation Vita, one of you using the Vita controls and one of you using the DualShock 4 controls, and happily play the game. So there you go, it's really worth knowing what else you can do on your home console, because the PlayStation 4 has a whole host of features that I think are perfectly matched for families. Not only that ready-made games library with the PlayStation Plus subscription, but also the ways that you can share and collaborate with family members, even if they're not in the same place as you, and even if they don't own the game as well on their PlayStation 4. We'll be back with another video for you that will talk you through setting your PlayStation 4 up ready to give as a gift.